There it is with everything.
You did it.
I did it. I know how to do it now. I just found out a little trick to work it out. As if we haven't been doing this during a whole year now.
I think it's been a little longer than a year.
It's been about a year because we started in May of 2020.
Okay, all right.
When I was a little less attractive.
I'm still just as hot.
Welcome, everybody. Look, episode 20 twice.
Yes.
We done 40 of these joints. We really could have, if we wasn't bullshitting, we could have hit y'all with at least 60. But, you know, it is what it is. Welcome, everybody, to episode 40. My name is Trey the Chocolate Jock.
I'm Alex Dupree.
And see what had happened was he shouldn't have went to jail in the first place.
Talking
about, of course, Bill Cosby.
Shouldn't have.
Yeah, we're going to.
I said it back then. I didn't agree with it.
But that's like a real touchy subject to most Black women. Yo. But we'll touch on that in a minute. Want you to log onto our website. Bam, there it is, TreyandAlex.com. Make sure you search for us where you listen to podcasts and tell friends about us. We are here every Monday and Wednesday or every Wednesday or
We're working on it's when we show up, number one, but we're working on every Wednesday.
We're working on it. Working on it. Keyword here.
We tried that Monday and Wednesday joint, but that was rough. Our schedule was like
that was when life wasn't as demanding as it is now for both of us, you know.
Ridiculous. In a good way, though. In a good way.
Yeah. So I have a few trips planned. I've been just traveling, you know, when I have like idle time, you know, 2020 is really one of those years where I didn't really get out and do much, you know, and I'm one of them animals that need to like travel and get out and do different things, different places. So when I was in the house for the whole year, the only places I went to was like Chicago and then back. It was horrible. So I'm figuring every time I have some free time, I need to get away. So I'm going to see Usher in Vegas later this month. Yes. I've never seen Usher in concert. Might as well do it in Vegas. So, you know. What?
You are going to Vegas. Usher just happens to be there, which
his residency
in on him. Yeah, but I'm saying you go to Vegas.
Oh, I love Vegas. And the fact that there's actually a concert there with somebody that I like, I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, there's always like Megan Thee Stallion's going to be there. Bruno Mars is going to be there in July. You know, in Vegas, everybody's performing there. They have a weekend that they're performing. Usher has a residency. And so, hey, that's just another excuse to go to Vegas. Ooh. So this month, I will be hitting up Vegas again. I'm going again in October because the Bears play the Las Vegas Raiders. For the first time, Bears never played the Vegas Raiders. The Raiders moved to Vegas last season. And so that's the reason. Go ahead.
As you can see, Trey is just looking for excuses to go to Vegas. Just to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
How many times have you been to Vegas? Have you lost count?
Total in my entire life?
Yes.
At least 15 to 20 times.
That's ridiculous.
It's clearly the most traveled destination in my life, clearly. Yeah. I love Vegas.
I've never been. I've told you that, and that's the look you give me every time I say that. Whenever I tell people I've never been to Vegas, I've been invited in a couple different scenarios. It's just never worked out. And now my spouse, Batman, he does not like Vegas.
Wow. Y'all some weird muckers, man. Why?
He had a bad experience there. He went for a bike convention. Because, you know, he used to run the bike industry and build bikes and was a bike buyer and run bike shops and stuff like that. So he's built me a bike, but he builds bikes. So he went for that and that was fun. But other than that, he did not enjoy Vegas. So he's not trying to take me.
Well, you need to figure out, y'all need to find a reason like I do and get to Vegas because it's definitely a great experience. It's like a grown person's playground. You know, there are bars, different restaurants, foods. The attractions are the different hotels because they're different themed hotels. Mm-hmm. You know? And then, you know, marijuana is legal. And then, of course, you know, there's different performances from people around the world that, you know, perform there and comedians, et cetera, et cetera. Celine Dion was there for She did like a 10-year run. You know what I'm saying?
Celine does not get my nipples hard. I mean,
mine either. So, but
so
some people, there's an audience for those type of people. Celine Dion and Cher and, all these, Liza Minnelli. She's still living, Liza Minnelli?
Oh, I don't know. Is Liza alive?
Did
we just kill Liza?
We didn't kill Liza, but people like that,
alive.
People like that, you can see anybody. Boys to Men had a residency in Las Vegas, all three of them. Let's talk about that real quick.
Wait, isn't Tom, what's his face, still doing his thing? It's not unusual to be.
I didn't see, I think Tom Jones is, I think so.
And Barry, was not Barry Matt, Wayne Newton.
So here's how it happens from what I observed. Like, the big name comedians are there. Like for instance, George Wallace was at the Flamingo Hotel for years. He was there maybe a good 3-4 years. Then he moved to another hotel, and I think that's where he is now, like the Palace Station Hotel or whatever. It's off the Strip. So they'll have these residencies for a few years, and being that those hotels are owned by some of the same people, they just move the talent around. Because right after George Wallace performed, they had Donnie and Marie. So they had a whole residency there. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. You have your normals like Carrot Top. You have Penn and Teller, the magicians. Those are people. David Blaine, and what's the other guy?
David Blaine.
David Copperfield.
Yeah.
Or is it Randy Copperfield? Is it David Copperfield?
No, it was David. It was David. Was the one.
David.
He made the Statue of Liberty disappear.
There you go.
That was him.
And so, so you have your mainstays, but Vegas is just, you got to get there before next year sometime. You got to get there. I know it's not on your list because y'all like to do weird shit, sleep in mountains and campsites and take the dog places and all that other stuff. Dog wouldn't love it in Vegas at all. So
now our next places are Italy.
Okay. Italy sounds pretty fun though.
Italy is amazing. That used to be my spot every year. And then
are they still COVID free over there?
We gotta wait. See, that's the problem. We're not doing anything until at least next year.
Okay.
With the COVID of it all.
That's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah, but we want to do.
At least
give it its run.
Yeah.
We're gonna. We want to do Ireland. We want to do Scotland. We wouldn't mind Australia.
Are you going to get Batman a kilt? Is he going to be walking around in a kilt when y'all go to Scotland?
He already has a kilt. That's what I got on our first Christmas together.
A kilt? Did he put it on? Did he put it on?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
And we even went out in it. We went to, I remember some concert that was one of these bands he likes, the Mississippi All Stars or something.
Oh.
It's like a bluegrass jazzy rock group, I think. I don't know. But we went in Alaska and he wore his kilt.
Alaska jazzy rock group kilt.
I think they're bluegrass.
It falls under the headline here that what we have right there. It really does.
Expand your horizons.
Yeah. So I woke up to a text message Monday night. I was about to go to sleep. It was like 11 something. And the text message came from Alex, and it said something to the effect of heat stroke, battling heat stroke, won't be able to do the show. Have a nice night or something like that. So I was half asleep and didn't really get it until I woke up the next morning. And what did I reply back to you the next morning to say?
Let me look specifically. I can tell you exactly what you said. But first of all, you kept telling me I was on some bullshit.
Like, dude, stop working out and doing all of that shit until...
That's what you said. You said, dude, WTF, why must you keep working out? You need to wait months before you could work out again.
Because of that damn vaccine, correct?
It is. And I keep going into anaphylaxis. And this time I had heat stroke. But the heat stroke, I was not working out. Now, mind you, I do enjoy working out, but I do have to run for my job. I get paid to run.
Run Alex, Ultra Run Alex, yes.
Yes. So I get paid to run and to test new running shoes and to train people and to educate them on what these shoes feel like, who they're for, all of them. So I have to run, but I wasn't even running when I got heat stroke. Heat stroke was on Monday.
Okay, stop. Heat stroke in Seattle. How hot does it get in Seattle for you to get heat stroke? Because I'm in Texas. and 98, 99, that's the regular. You go down to Vegas or Arizona, it's 109, 110. That's the normal for summer. What's the normal for summer in Seattle?
I mean, it never used to even hit 80.
Right.
But I'm telling you, climate change, global warming, we talked about the polar bears and polar ice caps and all that on another episode. So we're not going back there. But dude,
Yeah,
we had a heat wave.
But go ahead.
We had a heat wave that Seattle never has. It was 40 degrees hotter than normal.
Okay.
And Seattle, because it never got hot in the past, like nobody has air conditioning. I think there's something was on NPR that said maybe 25% of Seattle has air conditioning. So
because I don't need it.
Because the city was built back when that wasn't needed. We didn't have these extremes of the highs and the lows.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a very mild city. Some people, I'm sure everybody has heat now, but I don't think they used to because we have a working fireplace in our home. So like, I think, like if you have an older home, it would not be surprising that you don't even have any heat, but you definitely don't have no damn air conditioning. So it got up to, on my neck of the woods, where I'm sitting in Seattle, it was 104.
Damn.
And it was reading 114 down in other places in the area. And inside my house, it was like 106.
So it gets that hot in the Pacific Northwest when it's supposed. What? Go ahead.
It's not supposed to. I'm telling you, we were 40 degrees warmer than normal.
Wow.
So it came through, started on Friday, and then it, was gradually getting warmer and warmer Saturday, Sunday, and it topped out Monday as the hottest. And Portland, Oregon, I think they got hit with 115, 116, so even hotter than us because they don't have the water like we have. But yeah, it was bad. And so for me, I have always prided myself on how well I do in the heat. I'm a desert runner. I specifically go to hot climates to go crush it and see everybody else crumble on the side of the road because they can't do heat. There's a famous race. It's called Badwater 135. That is a dream run for me. It's 135 miles through Death Valley, up, all of it's uphill, and it ends at the top of a mountain. I would love to do it. And in this race, they're known for you have to run on the white line on the side of the road because your shoes are known to melt. Because it can get up to 135 degrees. So you got to run on the spot. And I'm like, I would love to do that because you got to be a badass to do that. But my body
and a dumbass. But go ahead.
My body is doing very different things ever since I got the vaccine. And this is one of them. I had heat stroke when I usually run in these temperatures all the time.
Yeah, you're from the side.
I'm from the side.
You get hot weather. That's you.
I did a triathlon in 106 degrees, years ago. I just ran in the desert last year. It was 90. I did my 24-hour run. It was like 93 degrees and there's no shade. It was beating down on me the whole time. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just having a lot of side effects and I don't know when they're going to stop. And I don't know what they are. Like, it's all new. It's some other shit every week. I don't know.
Okay, so, and you didn't even do the second dose.
Oh, I did. Yes, I did.
Oh, you did the second dose, man. Yeah. Okay, we don't have to reiterate why you got it, and we went through that. And if y'all are wondering why she did, just go back to all of our episodes. He broke down why she had to get it, and all of that. Now, I'm still not totally against the vaccine. I'm just waiting to see. Hell, I'm watching you now. I'm just trying to see,
Yeah, I mean, others aren't having all of the symptoms and reactions that I'm having. Some people are having some of the ones I've had, but I still believe there's a cover up. Just like, I don't think all of the problems are being reported necessarily and reported on in the news. I think there's a good deal of cover up because the whole government, and I know I sound like a conspiracy theory, but the whole medical industry and the government and the economy has basically come to agreement and colluded on the fact that get the vaccine. We're going to be in one lockstep recommending the vaccine. Yeah. And so they are. Yeah. And yeah.
I saw a report today that Kamala is coming here to Texas to stress the importance of the vaccine. I'm like, No, not yet. I'm good. I'm good.
Are you still wearing your mask? Because as of today, Seattle, I believe our governor was supposed to be, as of today, was going to make the announcement that we are mask free if you're vaccinated.
Well, I wear the mask where it's required to wear the mask, so that's when I put it on.
You don't wear it if it's not required?
No, I don't just randomly just walk, like routinely just walk around with the mask on. No, I don't. And I've been really trained not to at this point. Living down here in Texas, it's not a requirement everywhere I go. You know, if the sign is up and it requires you to put it on, I'm not that dude that says, man, fuck y'all, I ain't wearing. No, I'm gonna just put my mask on and keep going. I mean, I have it handy. I have it in my book bag if I need it. You know, I have actually a package.
Oh, you have a book bag?
I got a book bag. Yep.
Oh,
it's
that's cute.
Yep, here it is right here. So
not a backpack. You have a book bag.
Book bag. Yeah, but I don't have a trapper. I don't have a trapper keeper.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, but I have
your pencil case.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where is my mask. Well, it's around here somewhere. I got one. It's
right
around here. That just shows you the last time I had the damn mask.
Dang.
It's around here somewhere. So yeah, I got a few of them. Here's one. You know, so.
Oh, you don't even have a cloth one? You got them all disposable?
I got one. I got a cloth one at home, an Interscope one. Thanks. Shouts out Karen Lee. Yeah, I got one that I use, but it's not required. I'm not wearing it, you know. But I'm not defiant against it. You know, I'm not one of those that'll be like, man, fuck yeah. So
I'm still wearing the mask because, you know, with my weakened immune system, I'm still susceptible. Like even vaccinated, I'm not, according to the theory, I'm not as susceptible. But if like you get like 90% or whatever it is, just the way I am, my health issues and my immune system, I may be at 50% or 60. So I still have to wear mine.
Right.
It's been a ride, boy. It's been a ride.
Okay, so are you going to get more? Let me ask more questions. Are you going to get it again? Because they're saying that these doses of the vaccine are only good for a year or so, and then you're going to have to get it again.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. So far, they said the people who got got it at first, like the original first people in October or November, it's looking like they're about to have to get it again. I think it's less than a year. It's looking like maybe around 10 months or something like that. I don't know. The answer is I don't know. This is a conversation that Batman and I are gonna have to have, because I can spend another year in the crib like I just did and just be very careful, because I don't know what's gonna happen to me. It's like I don't know what I can and cannot do, because I keep having all these crazy reactions. And we will look at what the numbers are here in our county, in our state, and if we're staying local, we should be good. If we're going to go somewhere, we can look at what those numbers are. But I still don't trust I don't 100% trust people to have accurate reporting. We've already heard there have been places that were not accurately reporting. We've heard that this whole time. So you just can't trust it just because. That was like when they said you just can't trust it because you read it in the paper. Right. You can't trust it just because you see it on TV.
Right. Well,
I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, to be honest.
Yeah, we will. All right, so let's discuss the big news of the day with Bill Cosby. I'm sorry, I'm still here at work. I'm looking around. Folks are still trying to come in. I'm like, hold on, I'm recording. Hold on. Let's talk about Bill Cosby. Earlier today, he was released from a Pennsylvania prison because of his sexual assault conviction, overturned by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. They overturned it due to the fact that Cosby already made a deal with a prosecutor. And I don't know if you remember this, when the trial was going on, his attorney kept saying he shouldn't even be having a trial right now because he made an agreement with the prosecutor. If you want to basically so Cosby's a free man, 83 years old. He's legally blind. He is a free man now. And because the Supreme Court threw it out, they can't appeal or attempt to send him to a retrial. It's over. It can't go to
the U.S. Supreme Court?
Nope. It's done. Huh. So, it's done. And so basically, in layman's terms, they had an agreement. Cosby and the prosecutor, he admitted to like drugging women and giving them Quaaludes and all of that. He admitted to, only under the grounds that he would not be charged and arrested. But I don't know what happened. What So I don't know what happened with that, but we all know he went to jail. He's served almost 2-3 years, almost something like that.
I thought it was a little longer, but yeah.
It seemed like it was a little longer, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, now he's free. So
good.
A lot of questions I have. Number one, the race of the judge that overturned this and the sex of the judge. And if this is a woman who let him out, that's going to raise a lot of questions. I say that because, crimes versus not even black women, not even white, all women would question that. It's a woman who is overturning this. Yeah, I get it. It's your job. It's justice. If it's true, it's true, but still, the whole morality of this is a huge crime against multiple women that he admitted to doing. Go ahead.
This is not a moral issue. If the law is the law. Now, if you do not agree with the law, change the law. Work to change the law. You can do legislation. You can do all the stuff and work with your senator and get the law changed. But if the law is in place, the law is the law. And this is how it goes. So this is how our country is. This is what we do here. This is what we agree to.
Yeah.
So it's the laws. It's not a morality issue. You don't get locked up for having bad morals.
Right.
You're supposed to get locked up for committing a crime.
Right. So,
if the law's put in place that he has immunity and he's safe, if agreement is made
that's what his
legally through the proper channels of whatever, that has to be honored, especially because it was brought to you by the justice system. You don't get to say psych. You don't get to say take backsies.
We got you. No,
right. You don't get to say I was playing, or you don't get to say they shouldn't have done that, so we're just going to ignore it. You don't get to do that.
Right. And because of that, this 83-year-old man has been in jail, legally blind. I mean, can't see or whatever. But I think what happened is what they wanted to happen. Just humiliate him, get it to a point where his legacy is tarnished, just hurt his public persona. But here in 2021, 2022, which we're coming up on, people love negativity.
Oh my God. And they love cancel culture. Everybody trying to cancel every damn body.
I follow OJ specifically just on Twitter, just to see what he's going to tweet out, just to see what he's talking about. Like, wow, look at OJ tweeting, living his best life to kill 2 people. And just look at him going to Sam's Club on a golf course, loving life. So I think this is the thing with Cosby. Now, will his career go back to how it was? Never.
No,
it's over.
Never.
It's over.
Ever. First of all, he can't even work like that. He's old as hell and he's blind.
But before he got locked up, he had a Netflix deal on the table. And I think he was about to start touring, going back on tour. But, he never did stand up. He always did sit down. He would be sitting down. In fact, I actually saw Bill Cosby in 2011 in concert doing his comedy at the in Hammond. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
I just wanted to say that I went to see Bill Cosby doing comedy. It was old man comedy. He was talking about how he had to take Viagra and all this. It was funny, but he
was talking about that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was funny. It was actually pretty funny. So in this day and age where we can create our own platforms, our own digital platforms, our own, whatever, I don't necessarily see, then again, he's 83 and old, but I think if he tried to do something, it would be accepted.
I think so too. There's a lot of people who don't have a problem with Bill Cosby. Right. So, first of all, he admitted to, I don't know if they unsealed the document for people to read it. So he admitted to doing things. We don't know the circumstances, or maybe we do it. I just didn't read the document of how it happened. We don't, in the 70s, we don't know if the chick was like, I'll take one, but then he gave her 2. We just don't know.
That was, to my understanding, that's how they did it back in the day. The equivalent to that today is you getting some weed and smoking it with the girl, and y'all both getting high and y'all having sex. I guess it's the same with Bill, where they would, have a drink or something, pop a pill. Here we go. It's like their version of ecstasy or whatever. Or
yeah,
what is
they
a
were
Quaalude?
drugging it up. They were drugging. It's a pill. I mean, it's like I guess it's, I don't know what the hell exactly it is, but it's all stuff that alters you.
Yeah.
And so, like, we don't know if she agreed to one, he gave him two, which is wrong. Yeah. Or we don't know if, she came over after she did her one. She was like, out of her mind and said some things that made him think to let's do more. Or I don't know. I do know there's some circumstances that are not right, but you have to live in the real world. So one is, if somebody walks down the street naked for like over an hour and then somebody snatches him and rapes him, is that right? Absolutely not. But your ass don't need to be walking down the street naked anyway, just testing a theory.
Right.
We live in the real world. So you have these 18-year-old women showing up at this however twice their age 50-year-old or whatever man 40-year-old man's place because they're an aspiring actress and they're showing up at his hotel. Like, why are you showing up at 18 years old at 10 o'clock at night?
You're there to fuck.
The man's hotel.
Yeah,
so is it right?
Right?
No, if somebody takes advantage of you. But do we live in the real world? Yeah. I know that's a very controversial view for a woman to say, but I'm going to say the same thing in any men's situation. If a boy doesn't want to be in a gang, but he follows his friends over to the gang leaders, headquarters in Haven, and now they got to beat his ass or do whatever because he's seen it, you shouldn't have gone in the first damn place. Or you know what I mean? It's just whatever it is. If you're going to get in the car, but you're like, I'm not going to shoot the gun, but you're going to go along for the ride along for the drive-by, you went along. Shit goes down. You get shot. Sorry.
Because you are totally aware of the circumstance that you're in, the consequences, all that. If I go over here and get high, it's a good idea. I'm going to get fucked by Bill Cosby. Like, you know what you're doing. So there you have it. I'm happy that he's out. For the simple fact of Bill Cosby was the first ever comedian that I knew as a shorty, just growing up, seeing him on the Cosby Show, and then seeing old episodes of Fat Albert.
Fat Albert.
I know that was horrible, but you know what I mean. So he was the first, and then he had the kids say the darndest things, like the
Jello pudding pop commercials.
All of that. And, him bringing Black college life to the masses for different world and just all of the good things that he's done. Now, I'm not condoning what Bill Cosby did. We've all had a nasty uncle or a messed up relative in our family that has been said to have done some stuff with other women in our family, or we got our uncles that's locked up for rape or whatever the situation is. I'm not condoning that at all. I'm more so just focusing on the good things that he contributed to the culture. I mean,
absolutely did. I mean, he gave so much money to HBCUs all over the country for years, just gave and gave and gave.
Yeah.
Did
he fuck up? Do I believe that the situation to where the young lady, what's her name? We were trying to figure out the name.
Was it Andrea Constead or
Andrea Constead? Exactly.
Okay.
Now, I totally believe that happened. But like, why are you, going in these places to see Bill? You know why? Because I
agree with that too. But I also have a hard problem, and I spoke about this at the time. I have a hard time with there not being any proof.
Exactly.
Because of the way our law and our system has been set up. Not only that, but have you ever been lied on, Trey? Blatantly lied on. I have too in my life. I've been like, person didn't like me. Person was looking for attention for them. I just happened to be the closest one to lie, whatever it was. I've been lied on in a very big way before in my life. Mm-hmm. And should you believe? You can't believe everything everybody says.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's why I have a problem with no proof. That's why you're supposed to go to court and you're supposed to be able to turn over some evidence.
Some type of DNA, type of text message, something.
So I'm not blaming Andrea, but if this don't feel right and you feel like something happened before you leave, you need to come away with some evidence. You need to take some pictures. You need to get some liquid on your dress. You need to do you need you need to do something because it's a slippery slope we are going down. If anybody can just say anything about anybody, and that is the criteria to lock people up and to punish them.
I agree. So there you have it. Bill Cosby is a free man. We'll see and watch what he does next. If he does anything, he's 83, old and rich. I mean, if I was him, I would just sit down and get on Twitter every day and who knows? He can even create a whole digital platform for himself to just
he can write books and do it under a pseudonym too, by the way. And he can be a ghostwriter for anybody. And he still got Camille. His wife did not leave him.
His wife, Camille. I know Camille is either A, happy that he's back, or mad that she can't mess with her 43-year-old dip that she got, uptown.
He can't rub her head no more.
So we'll see what happens with that, with Bill. And we'll also see what happens with Alex's condition with the whole vaccine, man. I
don't know. I have to go run this weekend. I have 3 pairs this weekend, all next week and next weekend. I have 3 pairs of running shoes, trail runners I have to test out. So I have to go into the mountains and figure it out. So something's going to happen. Whether I run and nothing bad happens, I still ran and that's a success, or I'm going to run and, all hell's going to break loose and then that happens.
Yeah, just keep 911 on deck, man. Please.
I just keep Batman nearby for that.
You out here living life on the edge, man.
I am.
Cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 40, Down the Drain. I'm going to take a page out of Ramonski Love's arsenal and say, down the drain like liquid plumber. Blue, 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 blue. I'm Trey the Chocolate Jock.
I'm Alex Dupree.
You all have a great evening, and we'll talk to you guys next week, hopefully. Holla.